Today I want to share a really personal story with you. It's from a son talking about his mother, and it's this incredible account of sacrifice, of hard work, and the kind of love that builds a future, one vegetable at a time.
So, just imagine for a second, you get the best news of your life. You've just been accepted into Thailand's top university. But for this mother, that amazing moment of pride was immediately followed by this wave of sheer panic. This quote just captures that conflict so perfectly. The dream was right there, within reach, but the cost? It just felt impossibly high.
So, who is this incredible woman? Well, to really understand, we have to go back. Way back, long before any thoughts of university or tuition fees were even on the horizon. Her life began in the rural province of Roi Et. And get this, her own education stopped at just grade 4. That's because she made one of her first big sacrifices, giving up her own chance at school so her younger siblings could keep going. Her world became farming and herding buffalo, just hard physical work from a really young age.
And here, look at this. This is a real piece of that history. It's their marriage certificate from 1978, and it's the official start of their family. It's a simple piece of paper, but it grounds this whole story in a real, shared life that would be filled with huge challenges and an even bigger love. Her life just fell into this relentless rhythm. Every single day, waking up in the total darkness, 4 or 5 a.m., long before the sun was up, to get to the fresh market. This wasn't just a job, you know? It was the engine that powered her family's survival and her kids' dreams. You can imagine that daily grind forges you into someone incredibly strong, a woman of steel, really. But it's in the small, the little things she did every day, the sacrifices no one really saw. That's where her love really shines through. Her frugality was, well, it was on another level. But it all had a purpose. We're talking wearing the same old clothes, only shopping at flea markets for the cheapest things. She'd cook just one meal in the evening that had to last her all the way through the next day's work. And this wasn't about being stingy. It was a choice. Every single baht she saved was another baht she could invest in her children's future. And her son, he remembers this so clearly. He just desperately wanted the popular, cool Anchor brand school uniform. You know, the one that all the other kids had. But to save money, he wore hand-me-downs. It's such a small memory, but it perfectly captures that gap between what a kid wants and what a parent has to sacrifice.
This story is just wow. His favorite Penang curry was delicious, but it was expensive, so for his mother, the math was simple. The joy of being able to buy him one small bag of that curry was worth the labor of trimming an entire kilogram of eggplants. Her work was literally being converted directly into a moment of his happiness.
And this right here, this illustrates the true cost of it all. On one side, you see this faded hospital appointment card. It's a silent testament to the physical toll of decades of that hard labor. And on the other side, the very vegetables she sold. One represents the price she paid with her own health, and the other represents the prize it bought for her family.
So, what was the result of all this sacrifice? Let's take a look at how her tireless work paid off. And maybe more importantly, the profound lessons her son carried with him from all of this.
And there it is. This is the moment all that sacrifice was building towards. He got accepted into Chulalongkorn, one of the best universities in the entire country. That dream that had caused so much worry was now finally a reality.
Thankfully, they didn't have to carry that financial burden all by themselves. A scholarship from the Damrong Chaitham Foundation came through, and it just lifted that immense weight right off his mother's shoulders. It's what made it possible for him to actually go.
These two images, they just tell the whole story, don't they? On one side, the vegetables that represent all those years of hard work. And on the other, the result. The son in his graduation gown. Every bunch of vegetables sold, every single early morning, it all led directly to this incredibly proud moment.
But, you know, the story doesn't just end with a degree. The most important lessons he learned weren't in a lecture hall. They came from these small moments of love, like one that involved a really cheap coffee. So one morning, he's visiting home, and he wakes up at 3 a.m. to find his father has already boiled water for him. And he offers him this simple 3-in-1 instant coffee packet, just saying it's cheap, only 3 baht a packet. Now by this point, he's used to fancy, freshly brewed coffee, so his first instinct is to say, no thanks. But then, it hits him. This wasn't about the coffee. It was about his dad, waking up in the middle of the night just on the off chance his son might want a hot drink.
and he realized that this simple gesture, it was sacred. Its value wasn't measured in baht, but in love.
And that lesson, it extends to everything his parents give him. Whenever he goes home, they pack up bags of vegetables and food for him to take back. And yeah, it might seem like a hassle to carry, but he really wants us to see what's actually being offered. It's not just food. It's a package full of their care, their concern, and their unbreakable connection to him.
You know, this whole story, from that market stall all the way to that 3-baht coffee, it really leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. In our own busy lives, while we're all chasing our own goals, are we giving enough of our time and our attention to the people and to the simple acts of love that truly matter the most?